Good morning. Good morning, ladies. I am Chris, your financial coach. I am with Financially Sassy Women's Club, and I want to welcome you here today, this morning. And I also want to, I want to ask you to help us with this movement and help more women. We want to help more women become more educated and feel more empowered when it comes to their money. And one of the ways that they can do that is by joining our club. It's a safe place for them to be able to talk about or ask any question that they might have when it comes to money, and it's a no judgment zone. The other is that it's a supportive group. We like to support each other, to help each other with the goals. I really would love it if you members that are in here would become a little more engaged. I love it whenever you're engaged. I love when you ask questions. And this morning, since it's Q&A, we have a few questions that people have asked, but I wanted to talk to you about helping us with this movement. It really is. Let me invite some ladies here. And if you would like to invite some ladies here, that would be amazing. And if you know any women that would like to be a part of a movement as far as the educating goes, please let me know. I would love that also. So let's start with our first question this morning is from a woman named Sarah. She asks about her child's how to start saving, or when she should start saving for her child's college. She says, when should I start saving for my child's college education? How much should I save? Are there any programs in case my child doesn't get a scholarship? And thanks for the love and the likes. Appreciate it. Let me know you're here. So the answer to that question is, I would start saving for my child's education if I want to help them with that. You need to start as soon as possible. And one of the best, easiest ways to at least have $20,000 by the time they're 20 years old is to start saving $50 a month from the time that they're born. $50 a month. And if you put it in a 529 educational fund, it's good for tax benefits. You don't have to pay taxes on the growth as long as you use the money for education. Whether it's their tuition, whether it's where they stay, it just has to do with education, and you won't have to pay any taxes on the growth. And if you put it in, you have your advisor put it in a plan that's paying you at least 7%. So this helps with that'll give you $20,000, which we know that college is a lot more expensive than that. But if that is the least you can do, that would be a good start for you. Fidelity always talks about they have a 2000 plan. They call it the 2000 plan. And what you do is you take your child's age and you multiply it by 2000. And that is how much you're going to need to be saving. I don't totally understand it, but I know a lot of people use Fidelity to start saving for their child's education. The second question is, you always talk about making our money work for us. What exactly do you mean by that? So my answer for that is, how I have learned to make my money work for me is, first, not spending my money on consumable products. What does that mean? That means spending my money on products that don't generate income. And of course, I have it budgeted in my spending plan so I can have fun. But the majority of the money always goes to something that's going to give me a return on my money. And that I've been able to do that with investing in the stock market, investing in real estate, and investing in apartments. Just there's different places where you can invest, which I would love to teach you about. I'm working on a new project right now that's if it makes me some really good money, I'm going to share with you how to do this yourself, and because I'm always looking for ways to make my money work for me. Otherwise, I have to go back to work, have to go get a job and get paid hourly, and I don't want to do that. So I have to continue finding investments that are going to pay me back. The other thing is, I said not spending your money on consumables, not being wasteful. So many times I watch people all the time, and I have many clients that when they first come to me, they feel like they don't spend a lot of money on. I don't spend a lot of money on stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff. And so when we actually look at what they're spending their money on, and I have them go through their credit card receipts or statements, they realize that they have been spending their money on just food, which we all need food, but they're spending it on in a lot of places that are not doing them any good. And they realize the other thing is noticing, like they have memberships, they have subscriptions, they have all these things that they've completely forgot about that they're paying for. And I have been able to save them hundreds of dollars by just finding these leaks, because they say, I make good money, I just don't know what's happening to all the money. And so I should help them become aware of how much money is coming in, how much money is going out. And with a few adjustments, we are able to start putting some of their money, when we find some of these leaks, start putting this money to work for them. Yet you may not have money right now to buy an apartment or buy a rental property. You may not have, you may be feeling like, this is big stuff you're talking about. The reality is, if you start just little in the beginning, just putting a little bit of money away, a little bit, start paying yourself first. Put yourself on the top of your payment list. Give yourself $10, $15, whatever it is you need to start saving just a little bit. That means you're going to have to buy one less Starbucks or one less. There's no reason to feel deprived. You just have to learn. We have to work and create a great spending plan for you, and then you will learn to be excited. Actually, you will just become excited when it comes to your money and actually looking at it and watching it grow. So the other thing that I like to teach is the rule of 72. Many of you have heard me talk about the rule of 72, which I'll actually go into that a little better at a different time, but I'm going to give you the basic concept. You are actually, this rule shows you how long it takes for your money to double based on the interest rate that your money's making. So I love to give you the example of how this works for you and how it works against you. So if your money is sitting in the bank and it is making less than 1%, it is going to take you you divide 1 into 72, and that's 72 years that it's going to take for your money to double. Well, not a lot of us have 72 years to have our money double. We want it to double a lot faster. So we're going to have to find investments that are going to pay us a better percentage than 1%. Believe me, the banks know this. That's why they use it on their side. And this is what I've learned to do, is use the rule of 72 in my favor instead of against me. And so how it works against you is, you have credit cards. You know what the interest rate is. How long is it going to take for if you're only paying the minimum amount on your credit cards, how long is it going to take you to pay off your credit cards? A long time. And especially because it's not 1%, it's more like 12, 15, 18, 24, 29. I've had clients have had credit cards that have 29% interest. And they never even realized, they didn't even know what the interest rate was on the card. So these are things you start taking note of, what you're spending your money on, because you want to stop spending your money on things that are just going down the toilet. You know, it's useless. Anyhow, so that is what I mean about making your money work for you. It's stop paying out what you don't have to and start putting that money towards something that's going to give you money back. It's going to bring money back. And education is one of those things. I have many clients that have invested in themselves in education, and that in turn is going to be, that is going to be money in their pocket in the future. So that's all I'm going to give you today. I know we like to keep it short, and if you have any questions, please send them to me. If you are looking for somebody to help you, you need a little more hand-holding because you don't know exactly where to start. Please contact me. This is what I'm here for. I want women to be able to experience the same type of freedom that I have been able to experience. Believe me, it's nice. Don't forget to invite your friends, and we will talk tomorrow. Have a good day, ladies.